Having more debt than you can handle can leave you with the option to file for bankruptcy. And although this is an option to free you of your debt, it does come at a price to your credit score. So if you have a bankruptcy and it's affecting your credit worthiness, you'll probably wonder at some point in time, is it a way to remove it? Well, and I'm here to tell you there is two ways exactly. The first way is simply to wait 7 to 10 years for it to fall off your credit reports. Or secondly, you can find inaccurate information so that you can dispute it to remove it sooner. What's up, thinkers? Chris Robinson here, reminding you guys to like the video before we jump into the details. And in today's video, I would like to walk you guys through the steps to effectively dispute inaccurate and incorrect information on your credit reports relating to bankruptcies. So be sure to watch through the full video, take notes, and make sure you subscribe so that you can stay in the loop of similar videos like this. Enough talking, let's jump into the video. Okay, so the main question that probably brought you to this video is how could you dispute your bankruptcies? And that is most definitely an option. However, it's important to know that legitimate bankruptcy should not be disputed. So that leaves you with the first option of waiting those long years out. So if you're prepared to dispute these bankruptcies, your next question will probably be, what is the process to dispute them? And I would tell you, this process can be simple, but not simple. It just pretty much depends on how much you know about the disputing process. But I would tell you that the first thing you need to do is to get your credit reports and analyze your credit reports for inaccurate or incorrect information. And some of the common errors include debts that were discharged in the bankruptcies that are still showing a balance, individual accounts included in bankruptcies that are still appearing on the credit reports after 7 years, because in both Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 bankruptcies, the individual affected accounts can only impact a credit report for 7 years, starting from the original delinquency date. Also, the bankruptcy is still showing up on a credit report more than 10 years after the filing date. Additionally, material errors in which the bankruptcy was reported and still showing, from the spelling of names to inaccurate addresses, phone numbers, dates, and etc. Also, identity theft, which is leading to a listed bankruptcy that does not belong to the owner of the credit report. Keep in mind though, there could be more, but these are considered the most common errors that you can see related to bankruptcies. So one thing you should be aware of before sending disputes to the credit bureaus is how you prep before submitting those disputes. And what I mean by that is related to your personal information. I won't go into the full details in this video, but you can watch this video that you see here, in which I went through the details on how to have an effective disputing process. I'll be sure to link this video in the description box below. Okay, so like we mentioned before, if there are errors that appear on your credit reports, you want to give all thanks to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, because the Fair Credit Reporting Act allow you to challenge these errors. And the reporting agencies must remove them if the reporting agencies cannot substantiate the item, and you can follow the standard credit dispute process to provide evidence and have the inaccurate information removed. However, like I mentioned before, your knowledge related to the credit disputing process will either make it a difficult process or a more smooth process. And because of this, many people go seek a credit repair company in which they can manage all of the disputes on their behalf. And it's also important to emphasize is that if any of these bankruptcies are found to be accurate, you will just simply have to wait it out in order for it to fall off your credit reports. And if this happens to be you, let's go through the details on how you can rebuild your credit after filing for bankruptcy. Okay, so we all know that bankruptcies can be detrimental to your credit, but it's also important to know that it's not over from there. The biggest effects that bankruptcies have on your credit is related to large purchases like a mortgage or an auto loan. So yeah, we do know that many lenders will simply just deny you regardless of your credit score if they identify that bankruptcies, but also there are many companies who will still consider your application but ramp up the interest rate just because they identify that bankruptcy. So it is safe to say that you can still improve your credit score so that you can still apply for other lines of credit like credit cards and personal loans with no major effects. So here are 3 things that I suggest that you do in order to boost your credit scores after a bankruptcy. I believe the first thing you should do is try to add yourself as an authorized user to someone you know's credit cards. This is so that you can benefit from the positive credit history. This is also known as piggybacking and is considered, in my opinion, to be the fastest way to boost your credit scores. Secondly, I suggest that you try and apply for a credit builder loan. But if you're not familiar with a credit builder loan, it's a loan that functions similar to a traditional loan when it comes to making the payments. However, it is a reverse effect when it comes to receiving the money, because this type of loan, you will only see the money when all of the funds have been paid in full. And lastly, I know many advisors always suggest getting a secured credit card, which is okay. However, many secured credit card providers does not have a quick and easy approval process, which is why I've partnered with Credit Builder Card to help you get started with your credit building process. This card is an easy approval secured credit card that will start reporting to your credit reports right away or soon after your approval. The application will only take a few minutes and there is no credit score required. So if this is something you think you will need or something you will be interested in, I will have the links available at the top of the description box. Alright guys, so that's my cue to conclude this video. If you found the information of this video useful and helpful to you, be sure to smash the like button to show your support. Also, be sure to subscribe so that you won't miss similar videos like this. I see you guys in the next video. Peace.